What if the biggest threat to Diddy's freedom isn't the feds, the evidence, or the media, but his own blood? What happens when family loyalty is tested under oath? What happens when $74 million, encrypted messages, and a mountain of shell companies start connecting, all leading back to a household name in hip-hop? This isn't just a trial, it's a reckoning. One of the most influential artists of our time stands accused of running a dark empire hidden behind platinum records and luxury brands. And now, his own son may be the prosecution's secret weapon. This is the case of Shawn Diddy Combs versus the United States government. Buckle up, because this story is wilder than anything Hollywood could script. Let's start with what just shook the courtroom. The government offered Diddy a plea deal, admit guilt to trafficking and racketeering charges, give up weapons seized during March raids, forfeit $20 million, and serve a maximum of 12 years in federal prison. And Diddy said no. Standing in a loose beige jail uniform, he told the judge, "Yes, I do, Your Honor," when asked if he was rejecting the deal. To many, this wasn't just a legal decision, it was a statement. Diddy's legal team insists he's not guilty, and they won't accept any deal that paints him as a criminal mastermind. But that defiance, it may have triggered something far worse, because now, Christian Combs, Diddy's own son, is reportedly cooperating with the feds. Christian Combs, known to fans as King Combs, a rising rapper, Diddy's heir in music and fashion, but behind closed doors, his name appears in sealed memos tied to the federal indictment. Prosecutors believe Christian holds insider knowledge. About what? Private charter flights, guest lists, money transfers, and how those infamous parties were run. According to sources, Christian has already met with prosecutors at least twice, each time with his own legal team present. And here's where it gets wild. He's listed as the internal approver for expenses like yacht rentals and luxury events connected to what's now being labeled a multi-state trafficking ring. His testimony, if permitted, could reshape the trial from the inside out. At the center of this trial is money, big money, $74 million, 17 shell companies, and a complex paper trail crossing Delaware, Nevada, and even the British Virgin Islands. Forensic accountant Lydia Marcato, hired by the feds, says these companies weren't just business vehicles. They were used to obscure transactions funding, Gulfstream flights, Hamptons rentals, luxury parties, and top-tier private security. These expenditures aligned with alleged trafficking operations. The shocking part? Documents show Christian signed off on some of these transactions. 2 invoices tie his name directly to yacht rentals for events the prosecution now calls recruitment hubs for criminal activity. That's not just financial smoke, that's gasoline. Inside the Combs household, the silence is deafening. Christian's been quiet on social media, tour dates canceled, no public statements, but insiders say the rift is real. Diddy's team reportedly didn't even realize Christian was talking to prosecutors until it was too late. And the heat isn't stopping with Christian. Feds have reached out to Diddy's other sons, Justin Combs and Quincy Brown. Neither is cooperating yet. But when your son is potentially the prosecution's lead witness, the image of a united family starts crumbling fast. Industry insiders say this moment marks a generational split. A son choosing survival over silence. The prosecutors are expanding their lens, and no one's untouchable. 50 Cent posted screenshots of alleged court documents implicating other celebrities. He warned months ago that Diddy's empire would unravel, and now subpoenas are going out. Diageo, the liquor giant behind C-Rock, has cut all ties. Warner Music Group held an emergency risk meeting. Revolt TV issued a statement denying connections to Diddy's shell companies. Even Sotheby's canceled an art auction over ownership concerns. This is financial scorched earth. What began as a personal case is threatening to collapse Diddy's entire business ecosystem. Let's rewind to March, the moment everything changed. Federal agents stormed Diddy's LA and Miami mansions. They left with phones, laptops, financial records, and 14 digital devices containing father-son conversations. Encrypted messages showed private guest arrangements. Flight logs were allegedly wiped clean. and prosecutors say the off-site apartments used after parties tie directly into their trafficking claims. This is no longer just about parties. It's about what happened after the lights went out. Diddy's legal team isn't backing down. Lead attorney Aaron Sussman argues that the government is turning nightlife into crime. He says NDAs, luxury travel, and private venues are standard in celebrity culture, not criminal tactics. The defense plans to call expert sociologist Katrina Bell, who will testify that elite party scenes often include strict privacy protocols, but that doesn't prove illegal behavior. Meanwhile, prosecutors will counter with digital forensic analyst Omar Velasquez, who claims encrypted chats and location data show prearranged activity tied to trafficking. It's a battle of perception, and the jury will have to decide who's telling the truth. The biggest wild card in this entire trial is Christian. Prosecutors haven't officially confirmed whether he'll take the stand, but insiders say it's likely. If he does, he's expected to testify about payment instructions from shell companies, real-time party planning decisions, conversations with security, how the team responded when media inquiries started rolling in. His voice could connect the dots that financial records alone can't, but the defense is ready to pounce. They'll question his motives, his memory, and whether he's just protecting himself from future charges. It's not just legal, it's emotional. It's family. Across Black Twitter, across urban media, across the hip-hop world, the reaction is split. Hashtags like #Protect King Combs clash with Black Wall of Silence. Some see Christian as a truth teller. Others call him a pawn being used to destroy Black success. Even Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley weighed in, calling for data on how high-profile Black defendants are prosecuted compared to white counterparts. At stake isn't just Diddy's future, it's the legacy of an era. From the 90s to now, Diddy shaped culture, music, fashion, and celebrity life. But this trial could redefine what that legacy means. So here we are, jury selection underway, opening statements imminent, and a spotlight on one of the most powerful, and now vulnerable, figures in entertainment. Will Christian testify? Will the $74 million paper trail hold up in court? Will this become the biggest celebrity takedown since Epstein? Or will Diddy walk out and rewrite the ending? Whatever happens, one thing is clear. This trial will echo far beyond the courtroom. If you made it this far, drop a comment. Hero or traitor? Targeted or guilty? Subscribe for updates as we continue covering the case of Shawn Diddy Combs. See you in the next one.